Welcome to Polygamy with Bees P. I am your host, Bees P. Much respect to all of my followers. If you're new to the page, I'd like for you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated on all the latest content. Let's get into this. But before we do, I'd like to give a special RIP shout out to the Godfather himself, Mr. Kevin Samuels. We thank you, King. We appreciate all the work you put in to try to better the situation between men and women, black men and women specifically. And in this video, we're going to shed more light on should women share men. Let's get to it.
But what we do know is right now, and I'm coming to you, ma'am, in a second. At 38, you've already been married. You've got 2 kids. Man, you've got as high as you can, as any woman can get, and that wasn't good enough. So a man that you would get with has to share you with 1, 2 kids and an ex-husband. One man has to share 1 woman with 3 people. Make that math work.
If you put it like that, you're right. But I have my realistic expectations of the person that I will end up. And I'm not going to shoot like everybody else that thinks, oh my God, I need the top tier. That's not going to happen. I know my reality. And if I don't have
it, doesn't matter if you want top tier or not. But man, even an average, good, decent man, he doesn't deserve any less than a high value man.
I'm sorry?
Even an average, decent, run-of-the-mill man doesn't deserve less respect. When did men back in the day who were average, middle class, run-of-the-mill, have to share their wife with 4 people or 3 people? Back in the day, 100 years ago, 80 years ago, you got married and your wife had your kids. And any kid in the house, anything your wife was doing, that was part of your family. So she was investing in your legacy. Right now, a man would be coming into your life and he's splitting the time with your kids, co-parenting with another man, and do you work?
Yes. And
a job.
Okay, so look at the mindset of women. I mean, and look at the arrogance there. You know what I mean? And that's why in the scripture, in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, the Most High have an issue with women being haughty, which is conceited. Because this woman married 15 years, 38 years old, has 2 children, still will have to the man entering in her life would have to deal with the ex-husband in and out of the relationship to whatever degree. And she has a job and she wants 100% of a man's commitment. However, she admits that she can only come to the table with 70% of her time. So just look at the psychology behind this. And this is the mindset of most women, the majority of women, when it comes to sharing a man. But look at all a man has to come into the relationship with a woman, especially if she's a single parent with children. This is to all the men that's watching this. Know your value. Stand on it.
Well, so, one kid.
Ladies, I just need you to think about the math. Think about the math. If I'm your man, how much of your time do I actually get?
In all honesty, I can only give you, in the beginning, I'm going to let you know about 70%.
So that means I can go get the 30 someplace else or just don't get it?
And if you decide and that's what you want to go for, then we're not going to work out. That's just plain and simple.
So you can come to the table with 70% of your time, but I got to give you 100% of my commitment.
Do you see the arrogancy in that woman's mindset, right? The arrogancy. And this is why in the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, it speaks about women who are haughty and the Most High having an issue with women that are haughty being conceited. Here you are, a woman, 38 years old. You have 2 children and an ex-husband, right? And you work a job. And yet you saying you can only come to the table with only 70% of your time to give to a man. However, he's supposed to give you 100% of his commitment. What grounds or what level do you think you're standing on to be able to demand, to have such a demand when it comes to dating after a marriage of 15 years and 38 years old with 2 children? What grounds do you think you have to stand on?
For me, if you have kids, if you have a job, if you have
okay, but
if you have all of that,
kids. Most men don't have kids. So I just want to do the math, ma'am. I just want to stick to the math. And math is logic. You can come to the table, give me 30, 70% of your time at best, but I got to give you 100% of my commitment. Why is that a good deal for me? Make the business make sense.
It is a good deal if you don't have kids. If you don't have kids, it's a bad deal, and you should run if you don't have kids. But what my realistic goal is,
51% of black men are single. Most men don't have kids. Most guys don't.
What is the statistic on there, or what did you say?
51%. Black men in particular, 51% of black men are single and childless. 61% in the middle class. That's why I talked about Future earlier. That one has 8 kids by 8 different women. A small percentage of the men have always made a large percentage of the men. 1/16, 1 in every 16 people shares Genghis Khan's DNA. This is why I don't understand from a historical and sociological standpoint, women have always shared the best men.
I'm pregnant by Don.
I'm sorry, you what? What did you say? You had a nerve to sit here in front of my face and tell me that you carry my husband's baby?
You sharing that man, whether you like it, accept it, believe it, understand it or not. You sharing that man. Trust me.
And if you want a man that can meet your standard, man, do you think he can meet another woman's standard?
Yeah, he probably can.
Okay. Do you think your standards are below, average, or above?
My standard, I would say realistically, are below.
Below?
Below.
Okay. As a woman with children, you can't put 100% of your time in a man. You mean 100% of the time you have left?
Yes.
Okay. So again, do you have a job?
Yes.
Okay. You have 2 children and a full-time job, and an ex. I mean, ladies, do y'all not see the math from the men's standpoint? If you were a man, what would you be thinking right now? That a woman with kids and a job and an ex, and I only get a certain amount of time, but I got to give you 100% of my commitment.
I tell you what most men thinking. I hit it for now, but I ain't sticking around, you dig?
So are you saying that if men have to share, if we have kids, or, you know, that we should be okay with sharing a man? Is that what you're saying?
Say again?
So basically, like, if we expect a man to be okay with us, or be okay with them sharing us, our baby fathers, and our kids, we should be okay sharing them with other women, is what you're saying?
I'm saying you're not a virgin. If in this situation with kids, you've already been shared.
Yeah.
You come through the door with commitments.
Now just think about that. You already been shared. Look, think about that bargaining chip you coming in the door with. You already been shared. So much to the degree you have a child or children out of you sharing yourself. And a man is just supposed to commit himself totally to you.
I was actually talking about women with no kids, but women with kids, you got even less of a claim on a man's time.
Yeah.
That's why we kind of got here with the woman that had the kids. I'm like, whoa. But I want you guys to understand how the way that I originally said it was women over 35, and because your sexual marketplace value is lower, just because of age and things like that. But the more things you put on it, the lower the value becomes. But that woman came through the door with 2 kids by 2 different men, talking like she's a 9 or a 10. And she's actually like a 2 or a 3 on the sexual marketplace totem pole. And she talking, and that's what men are thinking. That's why men are like, what are y'all talking about? But what it goes to show is the value women put on a man. Y'all, whether you say it or not, you put your value above ours. That's why you expect us to accept your children and your job and everything else.
And that's a fact, because we're the women who are coming into the relationship and are not virgins. You coming in, you have children, you have a job, you have baby daddies or ex-husband or whatever the case may be, and you expect to receive the same thing as a woman who has preserved her innocence, her virginity, until she meets her husband. You expect to receive the same thing as a woman of such. You think that you're on the same playing field as a woman who's preserved her innocence and her virginity.
So, what is the objection? 38. What's the objection? I get it that you've been married, you got 2 kids, but practically, you know you're a middle-aged woman with 2 kids. Why do you still believe you should get the same level of commitment and value as you did when you were a young childless woman?
Honestly, I just feel that in my mind, I already have it made up. I already had that marriage experience, the family life. I've had it. Like you said, I already hit the top, my peak. So by me thinking in that sense, which is true, either I'm going to take what I want or what I need or what I feel that I can put up with, or I'm not. I already experienced it. And if I can get anything that for me is acceptable, because I'm not going to be sharing with him, he's not going to be sharing with me. He's not going to
be sharing with your kids. I've been a stepfather.
With one, exactly. Man, so
one period. He's sharing you with he's sharing you with a kid and a job. So yes. So let me ask you a question. What you expect to have continual raising value as you age?
No. It's going to lower.
When?
But expectation is already there. If I have to share with anybody, I'm not doing it. Like you said, I'd rather buy a dog and I'd rather be alone. But I
need you to understand what you're really doing when you say that. It sounds empowering, but it's really fucked up.
And you can't really be mad at her because this is the mindset of the majority of women. Black women don't even matter. This is the mindset of the majority of the women. Here you are bringing all of this to the table to take away from the man, but yet this is your mindset.
Let me tell you why. Because your son is going to make sure he's going to live his life to be around you because you will get old.
Yeah.
That will limit your child. Your daughter will also feel, your children are going to feel that mom needs us near because she's a single woman. And it's going to impact their relationships. I know what I speak of very well. Listen, daughters, man, I speak about mother-daughter stuff all the time. It sounds cool when you're 38, but when you're 58 and your son and your daughter are trying to get out and become adults on their own, they got to factor in mama. Is that fair?
No, it's not, which they're not being raised in that way.
Ma'am, it doesn't. They're human. It doesn't matter how you think they're being raised.
And in my culture, regardless, that happens. Regardless, in my culture, it happens. Right?
What culture is that?
I'm Latina. I'm Mexican.
Well, in your culture, you're also supposed to stay in your marriage.
If the man is willing to provide, if he's not a hardworking, if he's not providing, if he's not putting in work, then
you shouldn't have married him.
People change over the years, so you get one person.
This is bullshit.
No.
Man, come on now. Come on, hold on. Man, and here's the funny thing. You can be right. And it sounds real empowering, but your culture doesn't change the fact that this is how kids act. That's why so many women, especially in our community, have come out and asked me, if you do more videos on mother-daughter stuff, this is why so many of our women are fucking unmarried because their mothers aren't married. And they got to stay close. Your mama married 27?
I'm 28, but yeah, 28. My mom's married.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. And you say you'd rather die alone. Okay, so you saying that you would rather, if you cannot get what you want,
Not entirely what I want, just not sharing. I'm not doing that. I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine, ma'am. That's fine. But I want to be clear. A man is sharing you because you've already had somebody else's kids, and that's it. He's going to be that if he marries you, he'd be a stepfather. So your children are going to be getting some of his money. It's just going to happen. Yes, ma'am. Christmas gifts, birthday presents, Thanksgiving turkey. Ma'am, I've been there on that side before. Y'all need to stop with the bullshit. Y'all act like your kids exist in a vacuum. And what I want people to understand is how selfish you guys are. You're the most selfish group of women that has ever existed on this fucking planet.
Make sure you like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Polynomics with Bees P.